It is 100% possible for you to become your own dream woman in the next 30 days. So let's dive in. Welcome back to the channel. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Okay, this is life-changing. The things that I'm going to share with you completely changed not only my life, but so many of my clients' lives as well. So let's dive in. These are the top things that you can do to step into being your own dream woman by 2025, by the end of this year, even within the next 30 days. The first thing, the first step to becoming your own dream woman is actually making the decision. The decision, because when you make a decision, you cut off any other possibility. There's no plan B. You're only available for plan A. I have done this with many, many things in my life. When you go all in on yourself, when you are committed to this higher version of yourself, that is when you are beginning to shift all of your focus, all of your energy into becoming and being your own dream woman, okay? So it starts with being a decision. It starts with a decision to become your own dream woman, and recognizing that that version of you is within you right now. So I want to just be very clear that being your own dream woman does not mean that you have to dress a certain way that doesn't feel like you, that you have to go and buy a load of new things that just doesn't feel like you, or to, care about whether it's like driving a certain car or looking a certain way. It's actually nothing to do with the external. The external is simply just a cherry on the top, okay? What I'm talking about is becoming your own dream woman on the inside out, because everything mirrors your internal world. Your internal garden is literally reflected into your external world, into your reality. So you want to take care of your own inner garden. That's where you are creating and becoming your own dream woman. So the next step is actually to get clear on who even is this dream version of yourself. Who is that person? And so it's going to be different for every single one of you. The whole point of even being your own dream woman is that you're actually embracing your uniqueness, because there's only one of you on this entire planet. In this entire universe, there is only one you. You have a unique perspective, unique talents, unique gifts, skill sets, opinions, perspectives, energy, essence that literally only you have. Literally only you have, right? Your thumbprint is completely unique. So it's starting to actually see, own, and embrace the uniqueness that you have within you. Stop trying and pretending to be like everyone else. You are not here to be like everyone else. And also, how boring. Like literally, that's my worst nightmare. I couldn't think of any worse punishment on earth than having to pretend to be like someone else, Like, no, we're not about that over here, okay? So you have your own uniqueness within you. And when you start to become your own authentic self, that means honoring your truth. What is really true for you? What is really alive within you? Who actually are you? What do you actually want to do? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And it's about beginning to own and embrace all of that, and actually recognizing the value that you bring to the table, right? Whenever you start to actually value yourself and actually set the standard for the best, because you are recognizing within yourself that you are the best. You are the best, so you deserve the best, so you expect the best, so you receive the best, right? Whenever you raise your standards to expect a new level of excellence within your life, you no longer settle for anything that actually just doesn't feel good. Like, whenever you accept treatment from a man or from a friend, or something happens and it just doesn't sit right with you. Like, there's something in your life that just does not sit right with you. That's where you have to come back to valuing yourself and actually saying no to anything that doesn't align with that. And even when someone else is treating you in a bad way, you actually need to take a look at what within you is creating that. And this all comes down to taking responsibility. Instead of being in a victim mindset, instead of complaining about your life, literally, I used to complain so much. I literally used to be extremely negative. I only focused on the negative and I only expected the worst. And that's what I got. It literally just kept getting worse and worse and worse until I got to rock bottom, when my back was against the wall and I actually felt like I had no other choice but to change. And I recognized that actually it wasn't up to anyone else. It was up to me. It was up to me. You can't blame anyone else for your shitty circumstances. You can't. You just can't, because you can't expect anyone else to come and save you. Your reality is being determined by the thoughts, by the feelings, by the actions, by who you are being. And yes, we are all born into different circumstances, 100%. I'm not taking away from that. We're all dealt different cards at the beginning of our life, but that does not determine who you are. That does not determine the limitless power that you have. You have limitless power within you. You have the power to change circumstances within you. So stop trying to control everything outside of yourself and come back to within you. Focus on what you can control. Your internal circle of influence is all within you. It's all within you. You're the source of creation. You're the source of your entire life. The entire reality that you live in is determined by the lens that you see the world through. So instead of complaining about things, start to focus on the things that you're actually grateful for. Start to focus on what you actually have. Start to focus on the good things within your life. And when I started doing this, my life began to change rapidly. Because whatever you're focusing your energy on and your awareness on is what you get more of. So whether you're focusing your energy on what you want more of or what you don't want more of, literally, you're going to get that. It doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative. Whatever you're thinking of, ruminating on, aware of, is simply going to call more of that to you. Because that's what you're seeing. That's what you're choosing to see. So make a different choice. This is about stepping into your power, okay? This is about taking your power back from anywhere where you have given it away to other people, circumstances, experiences that you have had in your life. We've all been through things. In fact, if you're here, I can guarantee that you've been through something really hard, right? And yes, it's hard. It's tough to go through those things, but that's what builds your character. You're going to look back on those things and actually, in time, you will become potentially even grateful for it, right? But you will look back and think, that helped me to become the person I am today. Some part of that experience helped to shape my character and to become the person that I am today, and help me to get to where I am, help you to create what it is that you want to create in life. So start to step into your power and recognize that you can make a choice. Another part of becoming your own dream woman is actually becoming clear of that version of who you are in your mind's eye, starting to visualize her, starting to actually embody her. So whenever you get clear on, okay, what would she be thinking? How would she be feeling? How would she be acting? What habits would she have? What lifestyle would she be living? you are beginning to take action steps on that. You're starting to actually embody being that version of you now. Don't wait. Do not wait. If you want to wait, okay, maybe you become your dream woman next year. But if this is like you're fed up, you're done being less, acting less than who you actually are, and you're ready to step into your power, and you're ready to become your own dream woman within the next 30 days, and you're ready to have better love, better relationships, more money within your life, living your dream life, more freedom, then start to embody being her right now. Today is the day. Today is the day. Not tomorrow, right now in this moment. Choose to be her. And that looks like starting to choose better thoughts, starting to become aware of your thoughts as well. Even like your talk around yourself, when you look in the mirror, when you talk about money, when you talk about your life, when you speak about your capability. For example, do you have thoughts of, I can't do that? If you're going for a job, do you think, oh, I couldn't do that? Or if you think about the goals that you have for your life, and again, part of being your own dream woman is having your own goals, things that you're working towards to become a better person, to grow, because it's about having a growth mindset. It's about having an empowered mindset where you're not just settling, you're not just stuck in one place, but you're actually looking to become a better person, a better human being, not just for yourself, but even for the world, being of service to others, to your community, to your family, your friends, your partner, your kids, your family, right? So starting to actually speak better words to yourself through your self-talk. When you look in the mirror, actually speaking positive affirmations, and this is how I like to do it, is morning and night, and maybe during the day as well. I will really speak affirmations about who I am choosing to be. So for example, I am always chosen. I am always wanted. I am pure unconditional love. I am deserving. I am worthy. I am good enough. I am safe to have it all. I am the best. No one compares to me. There is only one me. I am 1 in 10 billion. I am magnetic. I'm irresistible. I'm beautiful inside and out. Okay, so those are just some examples. And I will basically just build up my own self-esteem and my own confidence while looking in the mirror. Even saying to yourself, I love you in the mirror, eye gazing with yourself, actually looking into your own eyes for 5 minutes at a time. You can set a timer. That can be very uncomfortable at first if you haven't done it. But the more that you do it, the more intimate and close that you become with yourself, the more that you actually feel comfortable and confident in your own body. And you start to ooze this radiance, like this light, because you're so in love with yourself and you're so in love with who you are in your body, right? You start to become a vessel for positivity instead of negativity. You start to become a person that holds the standard of the best instead of expecting the worst, because you believe on a deep level that you're deserving, you're good enough, you're worthy. And that's another thing too, actually taking a look at, where are you living from your own limitations, these own limiting stories that you have held about yourself since you grew up, right? Since you were a child or a teenager, whatever stories that you created that were limiting when you had experiences that were negative or traumatic or whatever it was. It's time to go back to that moment and speak to yourself and actually tell yourself an empowering story about yourself instead. So if you made, for example, if you attached a meaning to an experience, like for example, if a teacher told you to be quiet, you made that mean, my needs don't matter, I'm not important. You go back and you shift that to, actually no, You speak to that version of yourself. No, you matter. You are so important. Your needs are so important and they matter, and your voice matters. And it's safe to speak your truth. Okay, so it's really speaking those positive words to yourself so that you feel wanted, so that you feel desirable, so that you feel attractive within yourself. Start to focus on what you love about yourself. And the more that you start to love, respect yourself, prioritize yourself, right, the more, again, other people start to find you irresistible, magnetic. They just want to be around you. You start to get attention, attract men, right? Men who want to take care of you and treat you because you literally feel that within yourself. That's what's going on internally. You know, your family start to show up in a different way, more loving. Your relationships start to improve. Your friends become more supportive. You start to attract more money, right? You can even start to set different standards for money as well and start to change the way that you see yourself with money. So if you've seen yourself as only earning a certain amount per year, how much would your own dream woman be earning per year? And starting to say, I earn that much per year. Before you see it in your current reality, right? This is about being delusional in the sense of you're seeing it in your internal world first, because that's how everything is created. That's literally how everything is created, right? So when you begin to prioritize yourself and take care of yourself, other people start to reflect that back to you and they begin to prioritize you. They want to take care of you. They want to do things for you because you are giving that to yourself, and you're essentially saying, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am good enough to be taken care of. So this can even be through your routine. How do you prioritize yourself and choose yourself every single day? And a routine is really a good way to do it because it's structure, right? It's structure that you have. And the more that you basically repeat something, the more that you repeat saying these positive affirmations to yourself morning and night, and again, then during the day, if you notice any negative thoughts, you know, speaking to yourself in the way in which your higher self sees you instead, like actually saying your soul's truth, like, no, of course I'm good enough to do that. Or of course I can do that. Of course I can go for that job. Of course I'm more than qualified. Of course I'm the best at what I do. You know, really just catching yourself in those moments and flipping it and just coming back to who you're choosing to be. Just simply not attaching to the thoughts or to the emotions that are coming up, not letting it mean anything bad or negative about yourself, essentially, or making yourself wrong, but actually starting to make yourself right. You know, creating that structure with your routine. For example, you know, how would you be taking care of yourself? How would you be eating? How would you be moving your body? How would you be drinking water? You know, like literally, how much would you be drinking? All of these little things can really add up. And when you set a new routine for yourself and you basically stick to something for 21 days, that's how long they say it takes to form a new habit. That's when your identity and your whole way of being begins to shift. So it doesn't even have to take 30 days, right? You can literally decide right now who it is that you are choosing to be, who it is that you're choosing to be. So if you're your own dream woman, what would your routine look like? Having that structure, I find really, really, really helpful and has helped me to completely transform into being my own dream woman, where I feel like I love myself, I'm proud of who I am, I feel good in my own skin. And something else that I really want to mention that is so vital when it comes to becoming your own dream woman is starting to step into your feminine energy. This completely transformed my life. It made me so magnetic, so attractive to good things, right? Like, yes, whenever you expect the best, you're going to receive the best. You know, you're going to attract good things to you. When you speak positive words to yourself, you're going to feel worthy and deserving of receiving it. And when you step into your feminine energy, which is really actually being in the receptive state. It's being in a state of receiving. At its core, that's how I see feminine energy. It's like with your arms spread wide open, leaning back and saying, you can come to me. That's feminine energy, right? It's being in the state of receptivity. It's being open. It's being in a state of unconditional love. It is nourishment. It's being nurturing. It's empathy. It's connection, and it's creation. So it's the connection that you have to your own physical body, your own vessel. As a woman, do you love your own body? Can you look at yourself in the mirror? And the way to become your own dream woman is literally to get comfortable with yourself while you're nude, even without clothes, looking in the mirror. That is one of the most powerful practices that helped me to completely release any shame that I felt around myself that I had taken on from society. We're taught so much shame around our natural human bodies, and it's so natural. Like, we shouldn't even feel shame around it. And when you start to like peel those layers of shame off, you actually start to come back to your own beauty. You start to recognize your own beauty. So that was one part of it. And then the other part was even starting to do things to drop out of my head and into my body, like dancing, like breast massage, like taking care of myself, really nurturing myself, like taking a bath or taking a walk in the sunshine, and really also tapping into my five senses as well, you know, tapping into touch, taste, sound, sight, and smell, things that really make you feel alive in your body. I used to feel completely numb. And when I started to really reawaken my sensuality, that actually really brought me into my body. It really brought me into feeling alive again, where I could feel ecstasy, where I could feel joy, where I could feel, you know, confidence, and I could feel, you know, all the range of emotions, even, yes, sadness too. But I also learned how to be with myself, how to be there for myself. And I think that actually creates a really deep resilience too, because you know then that any challenges that come up, you've got yourself. You've got yourself. You're all good. You're safe and secure in who you are. And a dream woman, in my eyes, me being my own dream woman, I am safe and secure within myself. Like, I have got myself. And again, that shows up inside of my relationships. That shows up. Other people want to be there for me too, right? So with that being said, another part of being in your feminine energy too is your connection to Mother Earth. And I started to spend more time in nature, like actually connecting to the nature of who I am. We are nature, like we're not separate from nature. Like, our bodies are literally made of the same stuff as the earth, you know, we will return to the earth whenever we die. So, you know, actually beginning to connect with that nature, like the Mother Earth, the aliveness, the beauty in nature, and opening my eyes to see all of that. For me, that massively increased my own connection to my body, myself, my power, like my life force, my aliveness, my power to create not just physical life, like birthing a child, but also as well birthing a project, an idea, you know, my creativity. It tapped me into my clarity and my own deep internal wisdom that doesn't come from the ego, but it comes from a deeper space within myself. It comes from that deeper knowing, that gut feeling, that womb wisdom within myself, right? So this is a lot of, you know, what our ancestors actually knew. It was being in touch and harmony with the seasons, being in touch with our own cycle, our own, you know, even with my menstrual cycle too, becoming in touch with what you are experiencing on a spiritual level, but also the human experience that you're having in your own body. It's about being alive and being connected to both of those, being connected to your spirit and also being connected to your body. Okay, so whenever you create the bridge between both of those, I feel like that is when you fully come alive. And that's when I really, really tapped into my own radiance, my own confidence, my own magnetism, my own, you know, feminine energy where I'm alluring, I'm magnetic, I attract people, I attracted things, I attract money, I attract love, and it's easy and it's effortless because I'm in this state of receptivity. I'm open to receiving because my heart is open, my body is open, my energy is open. I feel safe to be open, right? And I've let go of anything that put my defenses up, right? I had to let go of the armor that I was carrying to protect myself. I had to let go of past hurt and anything that I was holding on to so that I could fully open. It's like blooming like a flower, right? When a flower is fully bloomed, like they just let the bees come to them. Like that is literally feminine energy right there, okay? It's being connected to the aliveness of who you are. So that right there is how to become your own dream woman in the next 30 days. It is shifting who you are being in your identity, in your mindset, in your routine, in your habits, in who you are being, in your energy. It's starting to be yourself, like on a full-blown scale, not holding back anymore. And the more that you do this, right? If you do this for 30 days, like you will literally become unrecognizable in the best possible way, where you're irresistible, you're magnetic, you're attractive, you are even starting to live a more fulfilling and satisfying life, like living your dream life where you feel freedom, you feel joy, you feel happy, you feel excited to be alive, you know, all of these things. It all starts with you. It all starts with who you are being and who you are choosing to be, the image that you have of yourself, how you see yourself, what beliefs you have about yourself, and, you know, being the person that would have what it is that you want, that would live the lifestyle that it is that you want, and then starting to actually embody that, taking baby steps towards that every single day, building on those habits, you know, visualizing being that woman every day, speaking to yourself like that woman every day, living like that woman every day. And before you know it, you will be living your dream life, being your own dream woman. So if you find this video helpful, I would love to hear your own thoughts. Feel free to like, subscribe, drop a comment below. And if you want to work with me, all of the links for one-on-one coaching will be down below in the description. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. If not, I will assume it to be true anyway. And I'll speak to you in the next video.